Teeski. What's good, YouTube? Man, it's your boy, T, man. And today, it's the first day of Michael Jeffrey Jordan week. If y'all ain't heard, on the streets or around the block, I'm doing Michael Jordan all week this week. You feel me? So, if you want me to see some certain videos, get down in the comments, attach the link and say, react to it. You feel me? If I see it and it look nice, I'ma do it. 9 times out of 10, I'ma do it. If I already ain't do my other video, you feel me? So y'all get down in the comments and go crazy. Send me some crazy videos for this week. And another thing I want y'all to do, drop a like, subscribe, turn on post notice. So I know that y'all rocking with Michael Jordan week. You feel me? If y'all don't like the video, I might end the week early. I don't know. I don't know if y'all fucking with Jordan or not. I don't know. You feel me? That's up to y'all. But no, man, that's enough talking. We're gonna get straight into this. This video is how good was Wizards Michael Jordan? We finna see. But without further ado, let's get straight into it.
The Last Dance was one of the hottest documentaries this year, even though the real last dance of Michael Jordan happened 5 years after the story in the doc. In 2001, Jordan unretired for the second time and suited up in a blue Wizards jersey. Some people say that his 2 Wizards years tarnished his legacy, and some praised MJ even more. So what's the real truth? And how good was Jordan in Washington? Was he really
Tarnished
washed?
his legacy?
Or did he prove once more that he's the GOAT? Watch the rest of the video to find out.
Hey, y'all think it tarnished his legacy or no? Let me
After
know,
the
Jordan
Last
fans.
Dance. In 1998, MJ and Phil Jackson went to the karaoke bar, and Jordan chose The Careless Whisper by George Michael and sang, "I'm never gonna dance again, the way I danced with you," looking gently in Phil's direction. Okay, I totally made that up, but Jordan indeed said that he wouldn't be playing unless it's for Phil Jackson, since the Bulls GM Jerry Krause didn't want to re-sign Phil, and Scottie Pippen wanted to get his first massive paycheck. The Bulls fell apart, and MJ fulfilled his promise and retired for the second time. And then in January of 2000, Michael came back to the NBA, but he didn't wear a jersey. Instead, he slipped into a suit and tie as a minority owner and president of basketball operations for the Washington Wizards. The team was bad and finished that year with a 29-53 record.
Oh my
And they
God.
got even worse next year with 10 wins less. But there was hope on the horizon. They got the #1 pick. MJ had the chance to get a blue-chip prospect, and he famously opted for Kwame Brown, the #1 high school player in the country. Jordan saw something in Kwame, and he believed
No. No. Bro, Kwame Brown was he went to the Wizards with Jordan? No way. I didn't know. I know Kwame Brown went #1 pick, but I didn't know it was to the Jordan Wizards, bro. What the fuck? Oh my, hey, somebody play the clip of Stephen A talking about Kwame, bro. That nigga trash, bro. He said Jordan seen something. What did he see in him? Trash. The fuck?
he is the cornerstone that will immediately turn the Wizards into a winning ball club. Also,
way
he knew a
he
guy
said
pretty
that.
good at basketball, a guy who was on the floor with the team at every practice and who was itching to make another comeback. It's an itch that still needs to be scratched, and I want to make sure this itch doesn't bother me for the rest of my life. I'm just going to play the game of basketball that I love. It's not about the money. Indeed, it wasn't about the money. Jordan the GM gave Jordan the player the smallest salary on the Wizards, and MJ gave all of it to the victims of the 9/11 terrorist attack. It really was just about the game for him. And because of that competitive fire that never ceased to burn, and that voice in the head who kept telling him he is still better than the young guys who took over the league from him. How good were the Wizards? The
Was it
Wizards
nice?
had a young Richard Hamilton, who was in his 3rd year, and who was turning to be one of the most promising shooting guards in the league. And that was about it when it comes to quality players with potential. The rest were either older veterans on their way out, or young role players. Of course, there was also Kwame Brown, who, by the time the season started, was already crushed by Jordan, who insulted him at any chance he got. Jordan never changed his ways. And just like he trash-talked all of his opponents, teammates, and Jerry Krause, he was maybe even worse to Kwame. The 19-year-old kid couldn't take it, and he played with zero confidence and was basically unusable on the court. Nobody on the team averaged more than 10 points that year, other than Rip Hamilton and Jordan. The Wizards were the same team that won 19 games the year prior, plus Jordan and Kwame. MJ thought it would be enough to be competitive, but he overstated his team and himself. Return of the Mac.
I was finna say, bro. I ain't never heard about Jordan not getting on no teammate ass, bro. I knew it was coming. He was probably call me, bro. You bud as fuck. They probably used to be in the locker room mad as hell at Kwame. They call this nigga trash. We done wasted #1 pick on this thing. Bro, what? They probably going crazy, bro. Bro, imagine if you a GM. Like, okay, look, let me, hold on. Side note, look, you a GM, right? And like you scouting this, you know what I mean? This young nigga, a prospect. You feel me? He look nice. He look, you know what I mean? You done been to a couple games. Every game he nice. He get to the league and he Kwame Brown. I'm not taking the blame for that shit. I'll be like, bro, that nigga was nice when I was watching, bro. What the fuck did y'all do? Like, like I could never be a GM, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Cause niggas just be falling off the face of the earth, bro, like it's Space Jam in real life.
For the season, Jordan was working tirelessly to get himself in shape. He trained every day with his personal trainer, Tim Grover, and held private training camps with various NBA players to get himself in game shape. So, when the season started, Jordan wasn't rusty. In the first 2 weeks of the season, Jordan scored over 30 in 4 of his 8 games.
Damn.
In the ninth, he poured 44 on the Jazz, picking up right where he left off in 1998. After the first 10 games, he averaged 27.4 points, 6.3 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals. And it seemed like he had never left, as his stats were virtually the same to the 1998 regular season. He was in the MVP race and made it easy for the world to fall in love with him once again. However, his play wasn't reflected in a team record, as the Wizards only notched 2 games in the win column. They started the season 5-12 and were at the bottom of the Eastern Conference. Also, Jordan's stellar play at the beginning of the season wasn't sustainable at the age of 38. He was still Michael Jordan, but he wasn't Air Jordan anymore, or at least not all the time. And even though his totals were still looking good, Mike became an inefficient volume scorer on a bad team. He shot 40% in those first 17 games, a landslide from his career average of 50%. MJ was still fundamentally sound. He could still see every play, and he was still 6'6", strong and confident, but he didn't have the same speed, and he didn't have the legs under him to shoot efficiently. But if you know anything about Jordan, you know that he hates losing more than anything. After those 17 games and a 5-12 record, the Wizards won 9 in a row. Then they lost a couple, and in the second of those 2 losses, MJ had the worst game of his career. In 25 minutes on the floor, he shot 2 out of 10 and finished the game with 6 points, which snapped his record 866 game streak of double-figure scoring, and the media went ballistic. After the game, Jordan was down on himself. On the bus ride from the arena, he sat next to Doug Collins, whom he hired to be the coach, and asked him, "Do you think I can still play?" Collins said, "Yeah, of course. I only took you out because we were down by 25 in the 4th and wanted to keep you fresh for the next game." MJ was satisfied and said he did the right thing, but he needed the confirmation and the assurance that his coach still believed in his abilities. 2 nights later, he responded in a big way. He scored the first 3 times he had the ball, and he finished the game with 51 points, going 21 for 38 from the field. He was the oldest player ever to score 50 in an NBA game. He followed that up with a 45-point, 10 rebounds, 7 assists, 3-steal effort against the New Jersey Nets, including scoring 22 points in a row during one stretch. In the game against the Cavaliers,
Bro, nobody ever told me he was getting buckets like this on the Wizards, bro. God, what the fuck? He had 50 and then he dropped 45, 10 and 7. He was out there getting buckets at 38. Yeah, bro. Yeah, I didn't even notice. Like this is the cherry on top right here.
the Wizards were down by a point with 1.6 seconds left. Michael then hit a mid-range jumper for the last buzzer beater of his career. In a game against his former club, After enduring Ron Mercer's trash talk and having his jumper blocked, he responded by pinning Mercer's layup against the backboard with 2 hands and trash-talking him on the way back up the court. Mercer's layup against the backboard.
$38? Y'all telling me this 38-year-old Jordan, bro? Hell, y'all telling me?
Trash talk and having his jumper blocked.
Let me see.
He responded by pinning Mercer's layup against the back.
Look, bro, he took his shit off the glass with 2 hands. Am I tripping? He took his shit off the glass with 2 hands and went like this. Like, you know what I mean? That I don't know what that is right there, but that just adds some extra style points to the block. Because why the fuck did you just do all that with my shit? What the fuck? Nah, bro.
Backboard with 2 hands and trash-talking him on the way back up the court. It was a game-winning play. And
Nigga
one
do
of the
that
most
to me while he
spectacular
38.
blocks by Jordan, or anyone
Look
for
at
that
this.
matter. It was even more impressive that it was done by a 39-year-old who spent his last 3 years playing golf, drinking, and smoking cigars. By the end of the season, Jordan notched back-to-back 40-point games, but also 4 more games where he failed to reach double figures. And that's where the answer lies about Jordan's time with the Wizards. Yeah, he could still play, and yes, he could still be dominant, but it wasn't the kind of dominance we grew accustomed to, and it didn't happen every game. Jordan finished the year early due to a knee injury that required surgery, and the Wizards didn't make the playoffs with a 37-45 record. MJ played 60 games in the 2001-02 season, and he averaged 23 points, 5.7 rebounds, and 5.2 assists. Those numbers look great in a vacuum, but when you look at Jordan's efficiency, you can quickly tell he didn't have an overly successful season. Jordan took 22 shots per game, far more than he should have for a player shooting 41% from the floor and 19% from 3. He was second to last in effective field goal percentage out of all players who qualified for the stat, and 169th out of 177 qualified for true scoring percentage. The real last dance. In the offseason, Jordan the GM wanted to help Jordan the player. He traded the best young player on the team, Rip Hamilton, for a more experienced Jerry Stackhouse. Trading away Hamilton was a mistake, and Jordan once again proved his short-sightedness in making decisions. The team wasn't that much better, and the season went pretty much the same as the last. Jordan, who was a year older and was battling a lingering knee injury, still had some juice left, but he had to squeeze really hard to get a full cup, and it didn't happen all the time.
Wait, bro, I'm lost. When he's saying Jordan the G, hold on, bro. Jordan was trading niggas and he was on the team, or what is he saying? Jordan the GM, or is that another nigga named Jordan? Cause he didn't lost me, bro. He keeps saying Jordan the GM. Who the fuck is that? is that Jeffrey? Who is that, bro? And how is he trading niggas on the squad? And why you trade your second best player?
He scored over 43 times, becoming the first 40-year-old to score over 40 in an NBA game. He also had 7 more games where he failed to score 10 points. His defense wasn't at the level it once was, and numerous players took the opportunity to put up numbers against Jordan, something that was unimaginable in previous years. Kobe dropped 55 on him after Jordan taunted him that he could wear the shoes but could never fill them. Michael was more rational with his shots in the second year and shot 44% from the floor, and it was enough for 20 points, 6 rebounds, and 3.8 assists for the season. Jordan played in all 82 games, but once again, the team went 37-45 and didn't make the playoffs. The highlight of the year was definitely the All-Star game, where MJ was selected as a reserve after he rejected the offer from Allen Iverson and Tracy McGrady to take their starting spots. He ultimately accepted it from Vince Carter. At halftime, Mariah Carey performed a special tribute to him, donning dresses of both his rookie year Bulls jersey and his final year Wizards jersey, as his career highlights played on giant screens behind her. It was a proper send-off, worthy of a star that was Michael Jordan. In the game itself, MJ didn't shoot it particularly well, but he did score 20 points, and most importantly, hit a tough fall-away jumper over Shawn Marion to give the East the lead with less than 5 seconds to play. It appeared to be a game winner, but the West scored again and prevailed in overtime. Still, Jordan proved that he still belongs with the best players in the world, at least for one game, even though it was clear he wasn't the best anymore. A mediocre dessert to a great meal. If you want a recap of Jordan's time with the Wizards, you'll get different answers, depending on who you ask. Jerry Stackhouse said that he wished he had never played in Washington, because everything was still going through Michael Jordan, even though it was obvious he wasn't the same player anymore. Kwame Brown was miserable during Jordan's years there, and his career would have certainly been better if he didn't play with MJ as a 19-year-old. The Wizards owner Abe Pollin wasn't thrilled with Jordan either, and he relieved him of his GM duties shortly after the last season of Jordan as a player. If we compare Jordan's last years to some of the other NBA greats, we'll see some similarities. The greatest players who ever did it, if they took care of their bodies, were still extremely effective at an advanced age. Tim Duncan was named to the All-NBA and All-Defensive team in 2015, at the age of 39. Kareem made the first team All-NBA in '86, also aged 39, and he averaged 26 points in the playoffs that year. Karl Malone averaged 28 and 5 at the age of 39, so it's not unusual that Jordan was still able to play. But maybe the best quote about Jordan's Wizards years came from his agent, David Falk. "I just don't think it was a good dessert to a great meal." In the words of De La Soul, Mike was certified hot, and then he dropped to lukewarm. However, that last 2 years didn't affect his legacy, and the unathletic Jordan, who had to pump fake 3 times to get a separation for a shot, was soon forgotten. People like to remember the good things, and the lasting image of Jordan will always be that shot over Russell and celebrating his 6th title with a cigar in his mouth.
Hey man, that's the end of the video, bro. You know what I mean? As you see, Wizards Jordan was not the same as Bulls Jordan. I mean, we could have guessed that. We could have said the obvious, but you feel me? I just wanted to get a, you know what I mean? I just wanted to get a grasp for how nice he was on the Wizards. I ain't know about the 40 bombs, 50 bombs, you feel me? He's still averaging 20 points, still getting his money. You feel me? But the team being trash, that don't really got not too much to do with him because them other niggas is trash. You feel? But that go to show y'all right there. That's a prime example. Is just because you professional players play and they good and shit, that don't mean they know they can see potential and see who like other niggas that's good, bro. Because Michael Jordan, I ain't gonna lie, picking Kwame Brown, bro, talking about you see something in him. Bro, that might have been the worst NBA player I ever seen in my life. And he got picked by Michael Jordan. So what did I tell you? You got a shot, nigga. You know what I mean? Just make a good first impression. What the fuck? Nah, though. I'm gonna get up out of here. Make sure y'all drop a like, comment, and subscribe, man. Get down in the comment section, talk to me, man. Give me your comments and concerns about the video. You feel me? Recommend some videos. Drop the link, bro. You gotta drop the link, bro. Cause if I pick the wrong video, y'all gonna be mad at me because you ain't dropped the link. Drop the link, bro, if you want me to react to a video. But I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow. It's been your boy Teeski, and I'm gone.